My brain has always done this really weird thing where I'll get really into something for a week to a month, sometimes even longer than that, and then I'll just stop. Last month I was super into Tekken 8, and that was all I talked about. And this time it's not Tekken 8, it feels like it's becoming Maple Story, like old school Maple Story, you know, like 2007, 2009, and like Trickster Online. Please, someone tell me if anyone else is. If you've played, like, I feel like I hallucinated that game. I always assumed this like rotation of whatever I'm obsessed with for some amount of time was some like undiagnosed, like ADHD, right? Like I've always sort of seen signs that I might have it, but I don't really like self-diagnosing because I don't want to accidentally make light of, you know, the struggle that comes with ADHD. But I came to a realization recently that this cycle of getting into things and deeply loving the process of furthering myself in certain things like, you know, fighting games or Final Fantasy, and then dropping it over and over the years, even though I fall in love completely with all these things. I don't think that's ADHD. I think that's depression. So anyway, last week this hyperfixation was... Yeah, this game's kind of good. I never played the other My Time game, My Time at Porsche, so I don't know if that game was anything like this one. You watch the trailer for this game and it's like, oh, it's Stardew. And then suddenly these shots hit you with a Monster Hunter ass sword and dodge rolling, and you're like, oh, it's not Stardew. But let me tell you, as somebody who dunked 120 hours into this game over the course of like a week and a half, making a little hee-haw farm and marrying townspeople is probably where the similarities start dropping off a cliff. What? No, not. I don't want to spoil the whole game for you, but I will say, have you ever played Final Fantasy XIV? And you know how in that game you'll get a prompt every now and then during the story, like several cutscenes are about to play. Are you ready to continue? Like the game's gonna fucking blast you with a shotgun that makes you cry and scream and piss and shit in 3 different octaves over the course of 10 minutes. I'm not saying that this has happened or will happen. I'm just saying this ain't no Stardew. This game snuck over 100 hours out of my life, and I don't even care that much. The game hooked me with its Monster Hunter ass weapons and kept me in with its charming characters and the occasional desire to see other characters exit this mortal plane. And before I knew it, I'd done, you know, the whole like, oh, I'll just do one more day and then I'll sleep in real life. And then I look at the clock and it's 6 in the morning, and that's when I realized that I really came across something truly captivating. The story really kicked my entire ass. I didn't expect to get that much out of it. I was really only paying attention to the characters that I was really interested in. And before I knew it, I found myself needing to know what happens next. And that's probably why I found it so hard to put down a lot of the time. During one of these story dungeons, because they have those in this game, you delve into these old world like abandoned laboratories. You find these like hydroponics machines, and my brain just started flooding with like the implications of having hydroponics in our like shit ass desert town. Like my whole brain was investing in fucking Sandrock stocks, and you know, my brain has like diamonds for fucking, I don't know. I've always thought about the advent of like cozy games and when it all started. You know, the game where you live a quiet life, you inherit a farm, raise a horse, grow some apples. I, of course, am talking about Harvest Valley, the Demon Barber of Fleet. I just really think this game nails it somehow. Maybe it's the main story progression. I think it really helps me out having a visual checklist on screen of what I have to get, instead of running around eating sap while waiting for Sebastian to come out of his fucking room. I actually find I struggle greatly in general with games that give me too much freedom. Stardew Valley sort of shows you the community center and then tells you, you know, hey man, you can do this whenever you want or not. And to me, that's them giving me the okay to eat a shit ton of sap while waiting for Sebastian to come out of his fucking. And I understand that not everyone has this problem, but you know what? It's my fucking videos. I can say what I want, man. Make your own fucking video until. I guess this video was more like trying to talk myself through my possibly ADHD riddled brain about things like fixations and direction and all that. I really like this game, but I actually haven't played it in a few days, and I don't even know why. I like it a lot. I'm almost done with it, in fact. I just haven't really been up to launching it as of late. And I don't feel like that's the fault of the game. I think that's just because of my weird nature to move on constantly to a bunch of different things, or to rotate older things in that got some kind of patch that freshens things up a bit. This is the first video that I've ever made like this, and there's definitely gonna be more to come. I think with this little series, I want to reach out somehow to other people that might be experiencing the same sort of thing that I am. But I also just want to gush about the thing that I'm super into, you know? Like, I have so much to say about Sandrock already, like, you know, how for a while in like the mid-game, I felt like I never had enough marble and granite, and I wanted like 5 furnaces, just all chugging out marble and granite slabs. Or how Mion is like the most precious thing in the whole world, and I would give her everything her heart desires, but in a completely platonic way. Or like Fang, just in general, like holy, like oh my, Fang makes me feel things, dude. My hyperfixation last week was my time at Sandrock. I thought about it at work. I played it until I felt like I could pass out the moment my head hit my pillow. And this week, it's not my hyperfixation. I like the game a lot. I adore it even. I'm just done with it, you know, and I think that's okay. Next week I'll have something new to gush about, and I can't wait to tell you about it so much that I'm forcing myself to wait so I don't just instantly make another video and burn out. Wherever you are, whether it's daytime, nighttime, in the afternoon, during your lunch break, thank you so much for listening this far. It means a lot more than you would know. My name is Enka, it's been a real pleasure, and I'll see you next time. Hi, welcome to a new series that I want to start doing. Fuck you.